Hey everybody, welcome back to GWN. I am Noctaire, your host. If this is your first time visiting, hey, welcome to the channel. Hit the subscribe button down below so you know when I release new videos. If you're a returning visitor, thanks for coming back. I appreciate the repeat views. I've been working on some of these strategies that we've talked about before and doing a strategy revisited series. And I thought I would do one on mass beta minions. These replays are about 2 weeks old now. I think Clash Maniac was at 3,700 trophies, and Wolf Ninja was maybe at 3,000 trophies. It doesn't really matter how old they are. I mean, it's still valid. It still works just the same. I even use this occasionally on my games that are over 4,000. Just kind of depends on what I see in the base. The probably the best bases to use it on are ones where something is under an upgrade, like, for example, the Roaster or the Air Bombs. Those two are definitely the weapons of mass beta minion destruction. So if I can find a base where one or the other is down for an upgrade, I'll be all over it. It's also really good when one of them is a low level and maybe towards the edge, because you can get to it quickly, especially if you're running level 14 minions, beta minions, because they've got that long shot ability and there's 5 of them to take it out fairly quickly. So, you know, it's not something you're going to typically use against a fully maxed base that doesn't have anything down for upgrade or anything like that, but it has its place. And let's be honest, you know, unless you're gemming and running a fully maxed base at the top end of the leaderboard and that, you're going to be going against a lot of players where you can use something like this. I mean, having 50 beta minions is just a massive amount of firepower, especially when you factor in that long shot where they can just basically shoot at anything for 5 shots from totally out of range. So, I mean, it's a really powerful weapon to have in your arsenal. So when you execute, what should you do? Well, first of all, you're almost always going to start it at a point that is opposite of the air bombs. Some bases, you'll have both the air bombs and the roaster on the same side, and you can start opposite of both of them. And that's just fine. That'll work out very well. Generally speaking, you're going to bring in your battle machine and cleanup, and you'll see that in, I think, all of these replays. I've got like 6 replays in here or something like that. It's only going to be about an 8 or 9 minute video today. But you can bring in your battle machine on cleanup. Sometimes you can use them to distract, like I did in that last video. He distracted the roaster, and I came in from the other side, but I still brought him in toward the end of the attack. Like I said, probably the strongest is when you have a roaster or an air bomb down, like you see in this one, and I think a couple of the other ones. Still come in from an area opposite of the air bombs, because nothing will destroy a mass minion attack quicker than the air bombs. But having a defense down like that is really good. Look for structures that are outside the defensive range that you could snipe with a single beta minion. So, like for example, in this one, you see that gem mine is way out there. You know, something like that the defenses can't quite reach. You can drop a single minion on it. And what's really nice is when you get some of these bases that have 2, 3, 4 structures that are too far away for anything to reach them, because you can really clean up on that. Look too for anything that... Look for the 2x2 squares that will have things that are hidden in them, because you want to find the hidden Teslas, the mega mines, and even the regular mines if you can. They may or may not be set to air. Air is starting to become a much more used attack strategy, especially between 3,000 and 5,000. I think it was yesterday I looked at my battle log on my main game, my Noctaire game, and there were 4 out of 10 of the attacks that were minion drops. And I think there were 2 other ones that were beta minions and dragons, baby dragons. So air is getting stronger as more people get it upgraded. Everybody upgraded barbarians first, and now they're doing their other troops. So just kind of be aware. Look for where those hidden Teslas and mines and mega mines might be. Take a look, obviously, at how the air targeting defenses are situated. You know, where's your air bombs, your roaster, your firecrackers, the archer towers, and kind of guide your deployment around that. If you can get to them quicker, make sure you do that. What can you hit with a long shot ability? Grab it, you know, especially if it's something like, for example, an air bombs or a roaster. If you can get to it, if they put it on the very edge, or heaven forbid put it outside the walls, go ahead and take it out, and take it out fast with a small horde of beta minions. Yeah, they're really going to determine what your approach is to that base. once you figure out what the best angle of attack is, you're going to be in like Flint. It's not going to be hard at all to move right on up. Sometimes it might make sense to split your beta minion deployment. Maybe set half of them on one side, half on another. It really just depends on the base, the level of the defenses, and where the air targeting defenses are. So it's not at all uncommon for me to split them up a little bit. In addition, of course, taking out outlying structures. Sometimes you may find it useful to swap out one camp, especially if you're at Builder Hall 7 and you got 5 camps. You may find it useful to swap out one camp with one of the other troops just to kind of help out with the attack. I had an attack I did not long ago, and I may have shared it on the channel, I don't remember, where I replaced one camp of beta minions with barbarians, rage barbarians, because the player had his base set up where all of his key defenses were centered around the Builder Hall, but almost all of his non-defensive buildings, whether it was a resource building or utility building, whatever, they were all scattered around the outer perimeter of the game grid. So I mean, they were totally outside the reach of everything that was within the base. That was just a no-brainer to me. I just grabbed a whole camp of Rage Barbarians and dropped one at a time on each one of those structures on the outside, and then hit the rest of it with my beta minions. And then I even still had a few Rage Barbarians left over to hit it with afterwards. You got to be able to think like that on the fly so that you can restructure your army to make it more suitable to that individual base as you go into it. So, just think about it. Mass beta minion, maybe take out one camp periodically and use it. I've been doing that a lot with just one camp of dropships as well. The Wolf Ninja game finally had its dropships unlocked and upgraded this week. Got them up to, I think it was level 4. And I did this in my Minion Drop Revisited video that I published yesterday or the day before. You can see what I'm talking about, where you just swap out one camp and how it kind of takes your mass beta minion and grows it into the next strategy that you're going to use. If you think about it, try to remember to keep a few beta minions in reserve so that at the very end of the attack, when you've got that one outlier, or maybe the Builder Hall has dropped down to next to nothing, but it's got just that sliver of health left, you can drop 1 or 2 or 3 of the beta minions in to go ahead and do some additional cleanup work, and or help the battle machine as he does his cleanup work too. So it's good to keep a few of them on reserve if you can. Doesn't always have to be done. You'll see I do it sometimes, other times I don't. Sometimes I get totally spammy, especially if I'm watching a TV show and I just don't want to spend a lot of time on it. But that's Mass Beta Minions Revisited. Just wanted to show it still works, talk a little bit about it, especially if maybe somebody's kind of new to the channel and still working their way through. Thanks a lot for sticking around till the end of the video. I'll have more for you later on this week. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Remember to hit subscribe if you're new. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. Take care. Keep on clashing. Bye-bye.